The call came just after midnight, a number I knew but hadn't saved. My brother's voice, steady, almost amused, slid through the speaker like a blade. "Check your email," he said. No greeting, no context, just that. Then the line died. I sat in the dark of my half-furnished apartment, the air thick with the kind of silence that feels staged. I opened the message anyway. One document. No body text, no signature. A legal notice. I read the first line twice, as if repetition could soften the blow. Transfer of ownership. Forfeiture. Removal of access. My father's signature dragged at the bottom, but the ink was fresh. Too fresh. And beneath it, a second signature. One I knew better than my own. My brother's. His handwriting curled, confident, final. A single sentence in the attached message. "You are finished." I remember how my chest tightened. Not a crack, but a shift, like the floor inside me dipped an inch. Enough to throw my balance, not enough to make me fall. I didn't panic, didn't scream, didn't even blink. I just sat there, staring at the new architecture of my life, stripped clean in one midnight email. And somewhere beneath the shock, beneath the numbness, something colder stirred. A thought I almost mistook for calm. So this is how he wants to play it. The next morning I walked into the family business like a guest who had already overstayed his welcome. My brother stood behind my father's old desk, his desk now, leaning back with his hands folded over his stomach. He didn't gloat, that would have required honesty. No, he smiled instead. A rehearsed managerial smile. "You should have seen this coming," he said, voice soft, falsely sympathetic. "Dad's been questioning your capabilities. Capabilities, not loyalty, not sacrifice, capabilities." The room smelled of betrayal masked as paperwork. I scanned the office, the furniture rearranged, my awards removed, a single empty coffee cup where my mug used to sit. My brother had replaced my presence so completely, it felt like I'd never existed there at all. "You forged his consent," I said quietly. He didn't deny it, didn't confirm it either. He simply inhaled, the way people do right before they lie. "Take the hint," he murmured. "Start over somewhere else. Or don't. Either way, you're done here." And with those words, he walked me to the door like a polite executioner. Outside, the world looked the same, but everything inside me had tilted. My brother wasn't just trying to remove me. He wanted me humiliated, erased, forgotten. And for a moment, a brief, fragile moment, I wondered if he'd succeeded. But then the doubt sharpened into something else: resolve. I started with $500, a number small enough to feel like an insult, large enough to be a weapon. I didn't rebuild immediately. I watched, studied, listened. I visited suppliers my brother didn't know existed, reconnected with clients he assumed were loyal only to him. Quietly gathered information, what he owed, who he owed, and how deeply the cracks already ran beneath the surface of his victory. At night, I lay awake replaying the moment he'd told me I was finished. His tone, his posture, his certainty. Certainty is a weakness. It blinds a person to the slow, deliberate movements happening outside their line of sight. And I moved quietly, patiently, a shadow he never thought to look for. Every small success I had, I kept hidden. Every failure of his, I recorded, not out of spite, out of strategy. By month 8, my small startup had eaten into 3 of his biggest contracts. By month 10, one of his suppliers approached me with a proposal. By month 12, an investor slid a folder across a table toward me, a folder with my brother's company name on it, along with a simple offer: buy a stake. A silent one. He'll never see it coming. I didn't hesitate. I signed. And just like that, the business my brother stole from me became a place I now quietly owned. The day he found out, I was already sitting in his office, the same chair he once told me to leave. I placed the shareholder certificate on his desk. He stared at it, then at me, then back at it again. His lips parted, but no sound came out, just breath, just disbelief. "You bought into my company?" he finally whispered. "No," I said. "I bought into the one you stole." He looked pale, smaller than I remembered, like someone had turned down the brightness on him. "That's impossible," he muttered. "You didn't have—" "I had enough," I cut in, "and I knew enough." The document sat between us like a final verdict. He tried to speak again, but the words tangled, collapsing before they reached air. I didn't enjoy watching him crumble, but I did watch. "I didn't come here to negotiate," I said. My voice sounded distant, like it came from someone who's already stepped beyond emotion. "I'm not taking the company. I'm not taking your title. I don't need to." He swallowed hard, eyes fixed on the certificate, my name printed above his. "What do you want?" he whispered. "Nothing," I said. "That's the part you never understood." I rose, every movement deliberate. "You took everything from me," I continued, "and I still found my way back. Not to destroy you, not to replace you." I stepped closer. "But to watch you live with the truth that I rebuilt from nothing and still ended up above you." His jaw trembled, rage and humiliation mixing until they were indistinguishable. I left him like that, silent, beaten, staring at the proof of his own failure. Outside, the air felt cleaner. I didn't feel triumphant, didn't feel vindicated, just light, like I'd shed a weight I didn't realize I'd been carrying. The business wasn't his anymore. It wasn't mine either. It simply existed, a monument to what betrayal costs and what silence can reclaim. I didn't look back at the building. People only look back when something still holds them, and I was finally perfectly free.